So congrats. You actually captured some leads. You've been listening to class. You've been buying a package somewhere. You've been hustling the neighborhoods, but you finally got some leads in a bucket. And now you need to know how you build the database or what do you do with it? Sometimes I got to be honest with you. Securing the leads is just the easy part. If there's one thing years of experience has taught me, this is where the sales begins. The patience, these are all going to be your best friends when it comes to real estate lead nurturing. That's why I've put together some simple strategies for you, something to kind of kick you over the edge there. Stop coming up with new ideas if you don't have to. Here's the wheel. Drive it. But first, we probably better dive in just a little bit as to what lead nurturing actually is. When you consider how to nurture real estate leads, particularly, I want you to think of this as real estate relationship building. While you might be using a strategy akin to a sales funnel or leading to a prospect from the capture to close format, or you're forming a genuine connection that will hopefully create that long-lasting relationship, you need this to yield referral business. So I want you to expose yourself to the understanding that it's not about the first point of contact. It's about the second set of business structures that you're trying to build, to put together. So the goal of lead nurturing is to be the agent who your leads call when they are ready to make a move. This is going to be where that patience really pays off. The results from the genuine foundation on what your relationship was built on is what's going to yield the first steps. And I want to talk about the major interest points, and awareness is going to be number one. In your initial stages, leads are just going to be learning about your services. They're looking for information. They're looking for a resource. They want to have that I got a guy in their pocket, but ultimately they need the education from you. They have no idea how your business is managed or how your business is organized. And because of that, they're going to need to be able to review things like your real estate website, your search online capabilities. They're going to look at your social media profiles and they're going to see if they like your style. Are you comedic? Are you all serious? Are you just business? Are you just education? Do you have a niche? This is where they're going to figure out who you are and whether or not they're going to be compatible with your business working style. Interest. The next step is going to be when a lead shows interest in working with you. They might call you. They may attend an open house just to see you in operational capacity. Your goal at that point is going to be to build a relationship with a lead and address any questions they may have. Can you be their knowledge agent, their advisor? Consideration. Once a lead knows their needs, they're going to research possible solutions. If they're a seller lead, for example, they're going to consider if you've sold properties similar to theirs. They're going to see how many listings may you have had. How many listings have you had at the same time? During this stage in the development, they're actively going to be looking for options. They're going to compare feature sets. They're going to compare cost. They're going to try to best fit you inside their needs and their budget. Then comes conversion. You've been waiting for this stage. Finally, you convert the lead into a client. You've gone from conversation to paper, from contact to contract. At this point, you're going to have a new client sign all of the necessary representation paperwork. And if you're in real estate now, late 2024, that is very different than where we were 6 months ago. You having paperwork to represent your relationship with a client is paramount to you being able to do any business with them. You now, as a real estate agent, to stay within legal compliances, must have a representation agreement. Listing agents have always had it, Buyer's agents have always had the capability of using these forms, but never did. Now, it's a must on both sides of the fence. Buyer's agents have had to step up their rhetoric. They've had to step up their sales game earlier in the process. It's not just about, I'm a buyer's agent, I'm just going to go show you the home that you found on Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever. Now it's about, have I sold myself and my capabilities to you and built a level of trust that you're willing to sign on the dotted line to have that relationship? Then finally, closing. The final stage. This is when you're going to start actively working directly with the client to help them reach their real estate goals. From the contract to the close, that process of being under contract, chosen the home, everything that is going to how the rocky roads of this relationship kick off, and your ability to manage still the very safe customer experience while they're in the back seat reading over paperwork. Can you drive and avoid the potholes and the last minute animals that walk in front of this vehicle for closing that you're driving, and still give them a worthwhile ride and experience to their destination? The idea of nurturing leads for months or even years is a tedious process. But if you track your process, if you manage the process of each lead, and you understand where they are in your lead funnel, it is going to help you stay efficient and consistent. You're going to start from awareness right at the very beginning, right at the top of the funnel. Your strategic approach is going to propel every single lead toward the closing stage in no time. Strategies and tools. Let's talk through it. Now that you've set your systems and processes in place, most of you that follow my channel are not brand new real estate agents, but that's about to change. Most of you are seasoned professionals. You've been in the game for a little while, and you're just trying to modernize your efforts. You're trying to get out of the same old routines that you've done for years, that this has worked well for me, and trying to set yourself up for a better season. And if you're like I am, this is the closing season of 2024. I am setting myself up for 2025. If I haven't gotten all my business wrapped up and my final deals are closing for the year, I have failed myself and my business model. Tip number one for getting yourself ready for that is to make absolutely sure your database and your CRM is clean and it is ready to continue to do business for you. Clean out all the leads that have not had contact, transfer your leads wherever you've got to transfer them, but get them all centralized, get them in a solid place for you to be able to do business while you're asleep. You need to transfer all of your leads, all of your clients to some type of CRM, and it's a great way to ensure that you are on top of your outreach and all of your communication efforts. When you've got a real CRM, you're going to have all of your info and all of your data at your fingertips whenever you need it. It needs to be portable. It needs to be mobile. You need to be able to add new leads on the fly, because you never know when you're just filling up the car with gas at the highest prices we have seen in this country, or just at the grocery store, buying the most expensive steak that you have ever bought, and it's still listed as sirloin. Your business model needs to have shifted with the changes in the economy that has happened in this country. Are you adding more value, or are you just adding additional cost? CRM is going to help you stay on top of your value proposition. You're going to be creating that personalized system that suits how you do business. However, automating the transfer of leads from text to emails, etc., however you decide to go about that, it needs to be able to save you time, save you effort, and follow a repeating process. Here is what your CRM needs to be doing for you. It must be a lead capture system. It's got to be able to create a pipeline for you to be able to segment and organize your leads so that you know where they are in the sales process, in the sales funnel. There are many real estate lead generation platforms to choose from, a bajillion, if that's a real word. Find the one that is not complicated, that suits your needs, that are not giving you a ton of additional capabilities that you're never going to use. And I'm going to go back to my Microsoft days. I'm going to give you an understanding. You had the entire Microsoft suite at your disposal. You had Word, you had Excel, you had PowerPoint. You didn't know how to do any of it. You knew how to type up a document. Occasionally, you could do some basic math and some cute formulas that you learned on YouTube in Excel. You didn't even know that PowerPoint could push all that information to it and create a presentation for your old job life. Stop buying software that is out compatible for your needs. 5,000 feature sets that you're not going to actually use is a waste of your time and your money. You need to find a CRM that supports your style of doing business and can add capabilities later if you need them. No reason for you to pay for them today. You're not going to change your business model overnight. But if you can trickle in a couple of new hits later on, ooh, I'd like to add texting. Ooh, I'd like to add some automation like a newsletter. Ooh, I'd like to be able to add just one more opportunity for me to send out a mailer without me having to hand write the envelope.